Now this might be for the Watauga, quote unquote, but the South Holston has, it's not the big caddis that you see on the tog, but and this is also about 60 to 70% of the size that I'd be tying on the Watauga for the April hatch. These guys are going, it's not year round, but you get them in October, November, and then throughout the year. I have a video on this called Two Birds, One Caddis. I kind of talk about how I fish these and somewhat unique. Talk about how I came to tying this. And from our CDC that we used for palmering on the puff daddies, these long base fibers that are attached to the thick bottom portion of the stem. So we're going to basically reverse. I want these all the way around. I really want them on the bottom. So I just press my thumb into those to spread them around the hook. And then if they just go down the bend a little bit, that'll encourage them when I sweep them forward to come under the bottom. You don't want so much that it's blocking the profile that the pheasant tail body is going to throw out. And I have tied these pretty darn big. So tying butts. Not flat. Get flat. There we are. And I'll put some dub on the front or use these guys as little extra things. I really don't see a difference in fish behavior. This is a pretty active, you're stripping this thing. Skating it, whatever you're comfortable with. I swear it is impossible to get people to strip dry flies. But you want little quick twitchy movements. You gink up this CDC, and at this point I like to just mash this around. Make sure it's getting on the underside. Huh? Gotcha. And you can put a little extra on top. Kind of helps with the sighting, but it's another part of the presentation, the stripping. You can see them in the film, and you can see this little imprint that they're putting down. And these things get torn apart. They eat really hard. The fish eat really hard. So I'd recommend tying up half dozen of them and not spending too much time. Gink, cast it from an upstream position. Caddis aren't swimming through the river like, they're going straight up and down trying to get out of the current. So casting upstream, right at where your scene eats. And the eats during the Caddis Hatch, really properly the emergence, and they're a lot of these emergences, or when the fish are really feeding, it's not occurring when there's a bunch of adult caddis around, and that hatch can be tough, quote unquote, because they're not eating elk hair caddis. They will. Dirty, dirty bug.